Hi guys, I'm here back again for another video on the channel. This one today then, we will be discussing what Swansea City need to do in the next few days before the transfer window ends. As we're recording, and as you guys will be seeing this, it is currently Thursday the 28th of August, and the window currently shuts on Monday the 1st of September at 7 PM. So the Swans just got over 3 to 4 days to get some more business done, which, let's be honest, we need some more signings. So in terms of the incomings then, going from the latest incomings to the first incoming, Swans have been quite busy in the transfer market this summer. Marco Stamnich came in from Forest, Malik Ilkoui came in from Brighton on loan, obviously Paul Farman has come in as a third choice goalkeeper, Keelan Casey has also come in on loan, Ethan Galbraith, who we all seen how good he is, Cameron Burgess, Ricardo Santos, Bobby Wales, Zidane Nusa, Lewis O'Brien obviously left the club as well, Milka Weidel came in from, technically January, but he also came in. Obviously, Hannes Delcroix left, Cyrus Christie left, Miles Pierre-Tyrus left, John McLaughlin left. It's only been very active so far in the transfer window. But the main concern, and as you can probably tell, there's no real striker now. But Podnik has started hitting some form. He's got 2-2 now. Hasn't even started a game in the league yet this season. So, yeah, it's a strange situation because Sheehan has publicly said in a press conference Cullen is his number one striker. He can't really go back on that now. He's tried backing Cullen, and unfortunately for him, Cullen's just not put it up. So let's go position by position and give my opinion on what else we need to do. So, in terms of the loan signings, we currently have two. We've got Malik Ilkoui from Brighton and Keelan Casey from West Ham. Now, you can sign as many loan players as you want, but you're only allowed to register 5 in a matchday squad. Now, I think it was either last season or the season before that, we actually did have 6 loans, so there's always one loan player being kept out of the squad. So, yeah, I'd like to utilise that loan market a little bit more. So, in terms of the goalkeepers then, we've got Lawrence Dickaroo, who is our number one, Andy Fisher as the backup, and then Paul Farman as the third choice. Now, we don't need another goalkeeper. We always seem to sign a keeper in a window. We've already done that. Fisher, he did excellently against Plymouth Argyle in the Carabao Cup this week. Dickaroo, fantastic on the weekend against Watford as well. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the goalkeeper situation. Like I said, Fisher's happy to be a number 2. I'm more than happy to have Fisher. Now, in terms of defence, we're going to go into the full-back situation. In terms of the right-hand side, we've got Josh Key. Obviously, Key, again, hasn't had a great start to the season. The thing with Key is he can have a brilliant game, but more than not, he's just basically a bit of an average footballer at this level, which is nothing against Josh Key. That's just my opinion. And also, as cover for Josh Key, we have Sam Parker. The 19-year-old can also play further up the pitch, but we have seen him in Carabao Cup action now twice at the right-back position where he's done quite well. And then we've also got Ethan Galbraith, who is, of course, a midfielder by trade, but can play right-back, as we saw against Watford, where the goal actually came from Galbraith in that right-back position. So, yeah, right-back, I'm pretty confident with the cover we've got. Now, centre-back positions then, we've got Ben Cabango, Cameron Burgess, Ricardo Santos and Keelan Casey. Again, really, really solid options for me. The two first choice in Cabango and Burgess, very, very good options. Keelan Casey, I thought he did struggle against Plymouth. I got to be honest, it wasn't very impressive him there. But we've got to remember, it's his first season in senior football, so he will be making mistakes. And of course, we've got Ricardo Santos, the 30-year-old, we signed from Bolton, hasn't played a competitive game for us, got injured in a friendly, and yeah, seems to be still out. So that signing already looks a little bit of a dodgy one. Bolton fans warned us about his injury record. That was an Alan Sheehan signing, and yeah, that's not turned out to be great. In terms of the young players, then we've also got Philip Lisser in this list again. He's only in this list because he has played one competitive game for Swansea, but for me, Philip Lisser is not near the first team. He's more than under 23, but worst case scenario, we have Philip Lisser as well. Now, my concern is also the left-back position. Josh Tymon, the only recognised left-back we've got in the squad. Now, I just don't understand this situation. We've had only one real left-back for a number of years now. Since Manning left and Bidwell, we had good competition there. Obviously, Tymon came in. Also, we had Nathan Chete on as well, the Indonesian left-back. He just clearly wasn't up to the standard of Championship football. So, obviously, we released him, cancelled his contract. He's gone wherever elsewhere now. But we've just got no cover for Tymon, which is a real concern for me because there's no one actually in a squad who can fill in at left-back. I know Boots is left-footed, but you cannot be playing him at left-back. Obviously, Tymon's creativity is extremely good. We've seen it already this season, how important he is, and even in pre-season, some of the goals are coming from his side. And his link up with Anusa already looks a decent partnership there when Anusa can get fully going. But in terms of the academy left-backs, again, not really seen any of those in pre-season. Obviously, Arthur Parker has played a few games in pre-season, but that was majority at centre-back and not at full-back. So, for me, I would like to see potentially a lone left back come in from one of the Premier League clubs, and just to help Tymon out in that situation. For example, now if it can comfortably win in the game 2-3-0, 85th minute, give Tymon a little rest, because he can't play every single game. It's a little bit outrageous. Now, in terms of the defensive midfielders, we've all got Jay Fulton, who, look, is not the start of Championship football anymore. As a back option, I don't mind it. But again, if he can start the odd game here and there, I'm all for it. Like against Plymouth, again, didn't really do much in that game, but it was criminal how he started the first game of the season against Middlesbrough, especially considering how bad of a pre-season he had. And obviously we've got the new boy Marco Stamenic. Been quite impressed with Stamenic so far. Like I said, he is 9 years younger than Jay Fulton, so you do expect him to dominate the midfield a bit more than Jay Fulton. Jay Fulton's been a great servant, by the way. But yeah, Stamenic, first action as a Swansea City player, not even getting a single touch, gets a yellow card. So you see what his game's all about. He's very physical, very tall as well in that midfield, and you can already tell he loves a tackle, and he'll be buzzing because, of course, Swansea have drew Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup third round, so it'll be a great chance for him to show Forest why they should have given him a chance. In terms of the box-to-box midfielders, we've got Gonzalo Franco, we've got Ethan Galbraith, Melker Weidel, Oliver Cooper as well. So yeah, we've got some good options in that midfield. Like I said, we've got 6 midfielders: Fulton, Stamenic, Weidel, Yelkoué, Franco, Galbraith, Cooper. So I think I have 7 actually, if I can count. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 midfielders. So look, I do expect the midfielders to go. Obviously, we do tend to play a midfield free, which usually is Franco, Galbraith, Stamenic or Weidel or Yelkoué. So we've got good options. So for me, I think Oliver Cooper will be out the door before the window ends. Like I said, in terms of players leaving, we've not seen too much activity in the transfer window for Swansea City players leaving this summer. But for me, Ollie Cooper, it's a World Cup year. Wales, you'd like to think we have got a chance of getting into the World Cup. And Ollie Cooper, yeah, at his age now, 25, he really needs to start playing football. Now, going into the forward line, so far, like I said, the only real position I need so far is the left back, but this is where we do need some additions. In terms of the forwards, then on the left-hand side, we've got Zidane Anusa and Ji Song. Now, very happy with that left-hand side. Zidane Anusa's looked really good so far. Obviously, he's yet to start a game in the Championship, but that's just due to his fitness levels and obviously still coming into a new country. But when we have seen him, he does look a very good prospect, especially with his link with Tymon. Obviously, it does help that they're both very quick footballers. And obviously, Ji Song, very poor start to the season from him so far. Against Plymouth, the final third, there was nothing there. It's a real concern again. Picked up a little bit of a knock against Plymouth, came off. Again, it's a bit of a strange one with Ji Song. Came really good towards the end of last season, but the first 5-6 months he was really poor, wasn't he, in terms of the final third contributions. And again, we've sort of from what I've seen so far, not been very impressed. On the right-hand side then, we have basically got Ronaldo Pereira, and that is it. Now, of course, Cameron Congreve left the club on loan. So has Kyrell Wilson, so there's 2 younger options potentially as Kawa gone out on loan. Obviously, Josh Zanelli, he's still contracted to the club. Is there any point me mentioning him in this video? He will not be playing for Swansea City again. Obviously, Alan Sheehan just doesn't want him around, which is up to him. He's the manager. He gets paid to make these big decisions. But yeah, Janelli at the moment still contracted to the club, so technically I guess he's still an option. But look, he hasn't played in any of the cup games, so he won't be there. And obviously up front then we've got Liam Cullen, who, look, works hard, is a localish boy, but shouldn't be starting at this level for me. Zan Vapodnik, who, at 23, still expecting to, make mistakes with his age, and, it's only his second year in the new country. And you got to remember, he didn't really get many opportunities last season. But, look, he did score some big goals, Leeds away. Say what you want about Meslier, but at the end of the day, the power in that Vapodnik strike was amazing. We saw against Plymouth, that boy can strike a ball. Obviously, we got the youngster Bobby Wales. So we do have 3 strikers, I guess, but obviously Bobby Wales can also play on either of the wings as an inside forward. Cullen can also drop it deeper. So, yeah, realistically, you got some good options there. But we just don't have that 15, 20 goal season striker, which every club's looking for. So I would like 2 additions in that forward line. So for me, before Monday, whether it's a loan deal, permanent, I'd like to see a left back come in, as well, we're just desperate for cover. It doesn't have to be a great left back, just some cover for Tymon. I'd like to see a striker come in for competition for Podnik, Cullen. Obviously, Bob Wales not expecting to see him too much this season. Bobby Wales is only 20 years old, and he hasn't played many competitive games in his life. And obviously, I'd like to see some cover for Ronaldo as well, some competition for Ronaldo. Look, I thought Ronaldo had a decent start to the season, but I'd like to see maybe a youngster again from one of these Premier League clubs. So again, we could, let's say, I want 3 signings. You can get 5 in a matchday squad, loans. We've got 2. So if they're all loan deals, I'm happy. But the striker Swansea City are linked with at the moment, oh my word, better not get into that. I'll say that for another video. But yeah, that's what I think Swansea City should do. Let me know down below what you think Swansea City should do. So for me, I'd like to see a striker, a right-hand side attacker come in, and a left-back. And for me, I'd like to see Ollie Cooper leave as well. I just think we got too much players in that midfield, and I feel like obviously someone's always going to get left out, and I think it's just easier to let him go. But obviously, if Cooper wants to stay, obviously recently had a child, so sometimes these footballing decisions don't work out for his lifestyle situation, which is completely fine, but I just don't think he's going to get many games at the moment at Swansea. So yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, let you all know what happens on Monday, transfer deadline day. Hopefully we can get an attacker or 2 in, and hopefully some cover for Josh Tymon. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
I need one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need one more chance, oh.